So tell me, Alice, what would you like to discuss? Who are you? What's your story? If this isn't about faith, are you even a priest? Why do you ask? Funnily enough, I have trouble trusting people these days. I am a man, a survivor, just like you. Sometimes when it's safe, I take walks by the lake or visit the graveyard. And that's all you do? No capturing or killing or... No, rest assured, I have no intention of doing anything like that, not unless I truly have to. There are people who'd have you believe they truly have to do that every day. They're scum. I hate them all. Ah, but for all the differences, we're all the same, aren't we? We're all just trying to exist for another day. See the sun rise in the morning, see it set once more. But survival makes people do terrible things. Terrible is subjective. Of what do you speak? My son and I were held captive in a basement for days. We've been attacked. Just a few weeks ago, some men tried to take him from this very building. My partner was killed by a mob of men who were stealing from us. They took our feud. We barely had enough as it is. I think I have a pretty good idea of what terrible means. Would you kill in order to stay alive? What? People are only responsible for their actions for long as they're in control of the situation, wouldn't you say? I don't. After which point we turn unto our instincts to get by. We are but animals, Alice. We do what we need to do. So you'd kill me now if, say, we had food and you were hungry? I'd try to reason with you. I'd see if we could trade. Most of all, I'd invite you to share what I had, in the hope that you would reciprocate. And if I had nothing? Alice, you must understand, these are not times in which we can always afford to think for too long. I assure you, though, you are safe here. Do you come here often? To the church, I mean? I'm here quite a lot, yes. Have been for a while, in fact. Oh, what, since before it was a weather station? Around the same time, perhaps, but for me it's always been both, not one or the other. I worked here for a time. Wow, a religious scientist, huh? I believe the two can coexist. I am no fool, Alice. I don't dispute the systems that have delivered to us all these years of snowfall. I don't believe it to be a punishment from above, as many do. I believe it is something we have to do our best to cope with. So what are you trying to turn this place back into a church again? Well, as I say, my belief is that science and spirituality can exist side by side, and sometimes people come, and I do what I can. I can watch the snow, I can observe the weather, the way it changes subtly but substantially enough to make a difference, the temperature, the wind. And when I'm not doing that, I can pray, I can help others who are seeking guidance, or just a conversation to pass the lonely hours. For all the mess here, it really is a beautiful little building, I have to say. Not too grand, just right, it feels homely somehow. I've always thought the same. It's one of the reasons I enjoyed it when my work brought me here. In fact, I've always felt homelier than where we were actually housed, a building up the way, on the other side of the woods. That building and this place too have seen some nasty things in their time, but then it's all about survival, about seeing another day. Oh, crap. I guess we could talk about the weather. It sounds like the biggest cliche in the world, but I suppose it's pretty apt. Unlike many, I never lie. I never tire of talking about the weather. How did this all happen? How could we have missed it? For all the technological know-how that we have, and for all the scientific advancements that we made, there are still things we miss. In fact, the weather has always moved in mysterious ways. Humanity used to believe it was sent from a higher power in order to praise or punish us. Today we know otherwise, but in many ways it's almost like a god itself. It has the power to give life and to take it away. It's funny to think, isn't it, that some parts of the world are uninhabitable because it's too hot? At least I assume that's still the case. Yes, as far as I know, acres of blistering desert so parched that nothing can survive. I suppose we have it lucky. Luck isn't a word I'd use right now. My son, Go on. He's sick, like really sick. He needs medication so badly, but at this age I don't even know if it would help. And I mean, you don't have any, do you? He's so unwell. Do you know where I could find some medication? You help people, right? That's what you do? Right? Alice, I'm very sorry, but I don't think anyone has seen any kind of medication for months now. And if you could source any, where do you think it would be? Simply lying around on the floor for anyone to pick up? The gangs have monopolized it. You pay hundreds for a single pill. No one has that sort of money. Well, quite. Well, who am I kidding? It's hopeless. He's going to die. He's already dying. What am I going to do? We're all each other has, and he's in so much pain you can tell he can't move, he can't speak, and all he does is sleep or moan in agony. I can't take it anymore, but then what should I do without him? Surely, though, you've coped with loss before. What the F? This is different. This is my son. How old is your child, Alice? He's 5. Why do you laugh? If he were here, if he could speak, he'd be telling me off right now. 5.5, he'd say. Children and their pedantry, especially when it comes to months and of their age. So he's 5.5. Is he aware what's going on, or rather, was he, before he came unwell? Barely, or maybe, I don't know. He must have had an idea, but I always tried to protect him from the world. He was born into a world that was rapidly going to crap. By the time he could form memories, everything was completely screwed. He barely remembers his dad. For most of his life, we either lived in a horrible, dirty shelter or we were homeless. I often wish I'd never brought him into this world. No, I can't think like that, can I? It's natural for a mother to run to protect her child, even if it would mean doing something unthinkable. No one can tell you how to deal with this, Alice. It's one of the things in life that we must work out for yourself. But, and I know you don't believe, and I'm not pressuring you to do so, I know that God will help you make the right choices. Actually, I'd better go. I'm sorry. I need to get out of here. Very well. Tell me, if you could wish to speak with God, is there anything you... If you do not wish to speak with God, is there anyone you could speak with? Since Barney got sick, no, there's no one. Except my partner, I suppose. Barney made me talk to a grave a while ago. It's not even his. Barney doesn't know that, but I just wanted to help. And did it? Did it what? Help? Him? Probably. Me? I don't know. You know what? Maybe it did. Perhaps you should talk to your partner now. I'm a firm believer in the value of family. Your partner will always be the person from whom you seek guidance. Maybe you're right. Thank you. You're very welcome. Alice. Yeah? I'm not here to tell you what to believe. We have free will for a reason. And your views are just as valid as mine or anyone else's. You should always follow those beliefs. However, I hope you may take some solace in the knowledge that I will be praying for you. And I do believe, even if things seem bleak, or they become unfathomably hard to handle, that there is someone looking out for you, someone guiding the way. I wish you the very best of luck. Hey. God, I feel stupid. It's not even down... It's not even you down there. I don't know if you even got a proper frickin' burial. I'm sorry, we couldn't exactly stick around. I don't know who's really down there. This whole place is full of unmarked graves. I suppose it doesn't matter. I miss you so much. Not a day goes by when I don't. Why did you have to be so damn brave? Why did you have to go and do the right thing? Why can't it have rubbed off on me? If you were here right now, you'd put your arm around and tell me your plan. You knew what to do. You always did. Hell, if you were here right now, maybe this wouldn't have happened at all. Barney wouldn't be sick, and we wouldn't be stuck here in the middle of this frickin' power play between God knows who. This is all your damn fault, you know. You always had things sorted out, always knew the best way forward. The world no longer has a place for people like you, Mark. It's all just chaos these days. Maybe it's better you're not around to see it. I should never have been a mother, should I? You always said to me, Alice, it'll be fine once he comes along. Stop fretting. Well, that turned out well, didn't it? I couldn't make this up. You were always my rock, always telling me everything was going to be all right. That I'd do okay. I'd be a good mother. And you know what's the worst part? The worst damn part of all of this? I know exactly what you'd say if you were here. You'd tell me I'm stronger than I think, that I don't give myself enough credit, that I'm far too hard on myself. You always did that. Looks like I finally proved you wrong, huh? Doesn't feel like a victory at all. Mark, our son is sick. Really, really sick. Tried to help him. Christ, I tried, and I'm sure some of this is my fault, but look at it. Look at the state of this world. If it hadn't been pneumonia, it'd have been something else. I found medicine, but it was no good. The only people around for miles are mercenaries and murderers. There's nobody left to turn to. He's suffering, Mart. I don't know what I'm going to do. Can't stand to see him go through this. Do you remember early in our relationship, my depression came back? I was going to take my own life. You came over unexpectedly that night and found me there, pills in hand. Do you remember what you made me promise? That no matter what, I'd never give up on myself again? That I'd keep living for you? For myself? For the first time in years, I feel like breaking that promise. But then I remember your face that night. I remember how I broke your heart, and I can't. Then I look at Barney and see that special, amazing, wonderful life that we created together. And I look at him now, and he's suffering, Mark. And he's not going to stop suffering. I don't know what I can do to stop it. You'd know. You always knew. What the hell should I do? I don't know what to do. What do I do? Answer me, you bleeper. Answer me. I really would like to save again. So this is how it is. This is how it ends. Can I save this? No? I really want to save this because I feel like I might be getting to a choice soon where I can actually change endings. Ah, crap. Now! Barney? Barney, how are you feeling, sweetie? God, oh Christ. Barney, sweetheart, your mummy's brave. Your mummy's brave, fierce lion. You've made me happier than anything else in this world. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry we brought you into this hell. You deserved better, Barney. We all did. Barney, Can you please just let me save it? Because I feel like I love you very, very much. No! Sound of silence. Alice, I'm so sorry. It's okay. I've had a long time to come to terms with it, but maybe you understand now why I've lost hope. I understand, and I'm sorry again. I've come so far, though, Alice. I guess the least I can do is make sure you don't screw up getting us out of here. Oh, wow. This is not how I remember it. Damn. Damn. Didn't give me an option. Oh, maybe that means there'll still be one bullet left. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and save. There's nothing I can do at this point. So, to go back and change because that didn't let me. I have no idea how to even log in this thing. Any ideas, Alice? How should I know? Fair enough. Okay. I guess we just gotta talk to the dead guy here. Let's see if he's got anything useful in his pockets. Wow, what's this? A pocket mirror? Not quite sure what I was hoping for. I guess he liked taking care of his appearance. Oh, maybe we could use it on this. That could work, but I'll need more mirrors. What's this? Think very, very carefully before you do anything with that. What? Oh, nothing. It's a brick. Pocket mirror. Photograph. What, I just need shards of glass, maybe? Unit of lights. Let's smash this up a bit. Oh, there we go. Okay. Right then. Really, Richard? Putting mirrors over the lasers? I thought that only worked in movies. Not at all. It's a perfectly logical solution. Careful now. Bingo. 1 down, 3 to go. Are we just, like, taping them, or what? Alright, I guess that works. I don't know. Maybe we're just taping. I don't know. It's a secure door. We'll need to use the keypad. What was it? I only need one. Richard, what are you talking about? Right? Okay, don't freak out, alright? I need to tell you some things. I'm listening. Okay, look, that place I mentioned before I put myself in here, I had a bit of a deal going down. Just something that would make life a tiny bit better for a lot of people, but it went slightly south. I gave myself up so I could lie low until this all blew over. There are people on the outside working on it. Everything's fine, don't worry, but we had a man on the inside in this place. Are you kidding me? No, the plan always was, if I needed to get out, it wouldn't be too hard. A carelessly unlocked cell, a hack of the keypad, nobody would ever be able to point the finger. This guy had been feeding us access codes for a while. Why? We did deals with this place too. We're actually not far from the storage bunker. Just made things easier if we could slip in and out unnoticed. He'd radio through the code. Sometimes we'd come and trade supplies. So naturally, when I had the opportunity to turn myself in, it was a relief to know there was a friendly face waiting for me in case I did need to get out in a hurry. Wait, so this entire time you've been in here on your own volition? Well, mostly, yeah. I mean, sure, I wanted to face up to what I'd done, but it's a safe place too. You know what they say, the safest in the world. What the hell is the deal? What are you talking about then? It's not important, really. I'll explain properly when we're out. Just supplies and things. Trading, I mean. Christ, it's not like the government bothers anymore, is it? Okay, fine. Punch a code in and we'll get out of here. So here's the thing. There's a security exploit in this particular lock system. The way it caches the memory, it's possible to make it so any previous access code works. It's pretty simple. Alright, so do it. Well, that's the problem. I don't recall any of the access codes. It was alright when there was someone else here I could have asked. Right, so we're stuck here. No, hold on, let me think. They're only 8 digits long. I must be able to remember one of them. Think, Richard, think. Richard? Yes? Give me a photo. What? Why? Just give it to me? No, why? I don't think you're in a position to be questioning me, are you? Alice, please, that's all I have. Oh, relax, Richard. I'm not going to destroy it. Okay, but I don't understand. Right, let's have a look. 131822220. Alice? Oh, shut up and unlock the door, Richard. I'm sick of this place. Alice, how long? Just do it. What the frick is happening here? How did she know that? We're free. So what now? We should probably talk. Done a lot of talking, don't you think? Maybe too much. I don't want to talk right now. I think we should. I know. Alice, you don't seem okay. I mean, I understand, but come on, we're out of here. We're out. I know where we are. I know how to get to safety, and we can work out from there. I know, Richard. It's just, like I say, what now? Back to surviving, barely making it? Back to doing all those awful things we have to do to survive? Alice, listen, when I was a kid, a really young boy, whenever I used to get really down, and I'd feel really hopeless, my father would take me to one side. And do you know what he'd say to me? No. He'd say, Richard, Brussels sprouts survived through the winter. Let's say, Richard, oh my God. Richard, Brussels sprouts survived through the winter. Tomatoes turned to juice. Are you a tomato or a Brussels sprout? And I'd say, Daddy, I'm a Brussels sprout. What, not even a smile? Well, can't win them all, I guess. Let's just go then. Oh my God. You must think I'm a terrible person. I don't think you're a terrible person, Richard. I think the world is a terrible, awful place, and people do terrible things. That isn't what I expected you to say. I didn't think you'd understand. I understood. It's crazy, isn't it, how two lives can collide like snowflakes falling in the wind? Chance encounters, fate, or coincidence? I don't believe in fate at all. You know that. Neither do I. It wasn't how it must have looked. It really wasn't. The people we took in, they wouldn't have survived by themselves. The Polars, they may not have been the nicest people, but they were providers. They gave them clothes, food, shelter. It could have been worse, a lot worse. By dealing with them, by trading with them, hell, we helped a whole lot more than we could have done otherwise. That's how you see it? You took away their choice, Richard? They starved to death, you know, upstairs. What chance did they have then? That wasn't my fault. Oh, God, Alice, you don't understand. I had no choice. It wasn't too long after that. After that day in the church, I got tired of running. I turned myself in. I wanted to make up for what Jake and Caleb had done. And in the process, get clothes, food, shelter, imprisonment, safety. Sounds familiar. Don't try to paint this as self-sacrifice, Richard. You were hiding from the mess you caused. You don't understand, if you say so. It was for Sarah and Joss, the Polars. They made sure my family would be taken care of, like, properly. None of None of the foraged medicine, none of those scraps of food. They helped me get them into the zone. Christ, we would have all got into the zones. This one girl, Lucy, she was our ticket. Caleb and Jake, they messed up things for a lot of people when they killed her. Did Joss know? Did she know what you'd done for Sarah? No, she suspected Sarah said some things after the guys did what they did. This guy showed up. This frickin' guy, he was looking for Lucy before we got to him. He saw Sarah and he told her what we were. He told my little girl that her father was a monster. It was over then. They took what I provided and left. I deserved it. I know I deserve it. None of us deserve any of this. No, that's right. You don't deserve this. Barney didn't deserve this. Barney, Richard, when you say you got to him, I tried to talk to him, tried to explain Lucy would have been safe if he'd only listened. The Polars aren't bad people, Alice. They're just men and women like you and me, doing what they have to do in order to survive. The whole world is chaos. I wonder about that sometimes. Everything's so chaotic, but we were brought together. Our lives intertwined. We were given a second chance. Is that why you brought me here, Richard? For a second chance? So what, you'll keep me safe? I can be your new bargaining chip? What? Alice, it's not like that. I just want to make everything right. Oh, sure, you big brave men and your desire to right all the wrongs of the world, no matter how many people get hurt in the process. Can you change the weather, Richard? Can you help the people you left to starve? Can you bring Barney back? Don't talk to me about making everything right. I'm sorry, you know me, Alice. You know I'm not a monster, right, Richard? Yeah. Before whatever comes next, before we decide how to proceed, can I ask one thing? Sure. Can I say goodbye? I still have no idea who's really buried here. It was I don't want to know. I'm sorry. In the end, it didn't change anything. Does it really matter where you're rotting? The earth will swallow you no matter where you are. Alice. Hello, sweetheart. I know Mommy hasn't been able to visit for a long time. And I'm sorry. But I hope you're okay now. Barney, I hope you're warm and not sick and that you're playing with Daddy. Hope the sun's shining and the snow's all melted and you're looking down, and I hope you're having lots of wonderful adventures with Daddy, and I hope you know that. I love you, Barney. I love you so much. I will always love you, and I hope you soon forgive me. Mommy will come back and see you soon, Barney. I promise. What the? I buried it here, Richard, with my son and your daughter's keepsake box. How's that for irony? It's not loaded. Oh, it's loaded. Alice, you said you understood me. You understood why I did what I did. And I do. I understand just fine. I killed my own son, Richard. Rather than watching him suffer, I understand all too well the lengths people will go to. So why this? You and I are very different, Richard. Understanding you doesn't change that. They'll hear the gunshot. Even from this distance, they'll come for you. I'm good at running away. Always have been. Alice, you don't have to do this. We can come up with a plan. Maybe you and I could have a plan. Okay, I'm listening. The Polars, they won't just help us without some kind of payment. But what if I told you about my storehouse, right? Yorkie should be there. We could meet up with him and get some supplies. Go to the Polars. I see. And you and I can get away from here together? Yeah, you just us. Meet up with Sarah and Joss or someplace safe. We just need... Oh, no! And Richard... dead. Holy crap. Did she take the... She left the car and the gun. Holy crap. Well, wow. There you have it. So, I don't know what the other ending is. I think this is the true ending. From the sounds of it, and for the achievement that you might not have seen on the screen, but the achievement was Justice for All. So I think this is the true ending. I think the other ending is if you never go get the bullet, he might have just went off together, or he might have killed her. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to go back and fix it or show it again. So, but I'm sure there's tons of different endings on YouTube. Well, not tons of different endings of YouTube. But I'm sure, you know, there's tons of people out there who I'm sure have done the other ending. So, if you're curious to know, feel free to look for it. I'm probably gonna go search it up for myself after this. But that is the series. I have no idea how long I was recording this just now, but it is over. So, thank you guys so much for watching this series. I think I'm just going to keep uploading these, and Zelda will return as soon as the series is over, which will probably be, I don't know, in 4 or 5 days. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This was a really good game. There was a few minor things that were a little weird, or maybe a few minor things that I didn't necessarily like, but for the most part it was pretty straightforward, simple gameplay focused on telling the story, except for 1 or 2 points. So that was really good. But yeah, it was a good game. Richard and Alice, I think even not on sale, it's only about $5.99 or something on Steam, or $9.99, something like that. And I think if you watch this, actually by the time this video's out, it's not on sale anymore. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time for more Ultima Plays something else.